Mark Rogers TV talking Ohio State football. We bring in Tony Gerdeman. He writes for theozone.net, does an outstanding job there breaking down Ohio State football. I definitely check out Tony on a regular basis to get the latest, some of the highlighted articles for me this summer. I got to tell you, Tony was looking at the top impact players on both offense and defense, looking at that list of 100 things to look forward to for Ohio State football in 2017, just breaking the ice there because there's just so much to dive into. So we always appreciate the time, sir.
No, thank you. Anytime.
All right, Tony, the Buckeyes will hit the practice field for the first time in a scrimmage setting this Saturday. Let's start with the offense, the impact of Kevin Wilson on the offense. Urban Meyer had a presser today. He alluded to wanting to stay with what is true to him, but being so impressed with Kevin Wilson and what he achieved at Indiana, especially in the running game, and his work now with J.T. Barrett, also obviously Ryan Day having an impact on J.T. Barrett, and the accuracy being a good indicator of what Barrett could accomplish this year, and just J.T. knowing that he's got to have a sense of urgency. This is the last go-around for him.
Well, and that's a really interesting point because JT knows what people have said about him, what they think about him, these last 2 years. He doesn't want to be judged on that. And even Urban Meyer said that, quarterbacks are judged on the trophies they raise. Cardale Jones gets the credit for those. So he knows that this is still something he wants to do. So yeah, he's, everybody there at Ohio State is singing his praises. He's more accurate, they say. He anticipates better. And he was talking about what Ryan Day brought to the offense, brought to the quarterbacks today. He said that, he tells the quarterbacks that in the NFL, your receivers don't get open. But you still have to throw the ball. So it's a lesson that you can't wait for guys to get open because it's not always going to happen. And that was a situation that J.T. Barrett did a lot last year, where he would wait for guys to get open and he would hold the ball. And you saw the results, and it wasn't, because guys weren't getting open, so he wasn't able to make the throws. But now they're saying, you've got to make that throw in a spot where they can make the play, or where they have the best chance to get to the ball. So they're going to throw the ball more, which plays into not wanting him to run the ball as much. They want to spread the defense out wide, and Barrett was talking about that today because that gets the defensive line. They've got to run east and west on all of those plays, and then they have to come back to the line. Kevin Wilson's, up-tempo offense. So they run to the sideline. The defense runs back. Play gets snapped. They do it all over again. They run east-west. Then they hit them deep, with the play action or what have you. So it's just this Kevin Wilson offense where it's Ohio State's offense, all play action, spread them out, but it's at Kevin Wilson's tempo, with some of Kevin Wilson's plays that put the defense in a bad situation. You'll see a lot more intermediate stuff. It's not just short and deep. There's going to be some, 20-yard, corner routes and things of that nature, playing off of different coverages and running combo routes to a situation where they haven't really seen Ohio State do this before. They've seen Indiana do it, and we've seen the success that the Hoosiers have had. But, and then it's also, you run this play to set up this play. And you run this play, you run this look to set up something you're going to do in the fourth quarter. So it's more complex, and they're going to be going deep more. That's just that's what they're going to do. It's not going to be something that they want to do. They're doing it. So they've committed to it. They practiced it in the spring. They focused on it. So this is, it's Urban Meyer's offense. It's J.T. Barrett as a quarterback that Kevin Wilson and Ryan Day have brought in, that, we attack. We don't see what the defense is going to do. We make them do whatever we want.
Rarely have we seen a player accomplish so much and be this maligned going into his final campaign, but that's the situation with J.T. Barrett based on the expectations, based on the outcome of last year's game, and based on not getting it done in the one game against Michigan State, and that being one of the more lackluster offensive performances we've seen from an Urban Meyer team, and even though he made amends against Michigan and Notre Dame, obviously that was a big disappointment in seeing all that talent move on to the NFL and not get the opportunity in the college football playoff. So, of course, we first saw JT Barrett, and it's interesting to see 3 years later, we're talking about accuracy issues and that needing to improve and be proven on the field. And that's one of the things that proved to be his calling card early in his career was the anticipation throws and the accuracy as a redshirt freshman. Now he's a redshirt senior,